Steve, welcome to Horizon Forbidden West.
Go west, and you can get fucked.
So
Actually,
yes,
the west isn't going to be forbidden for too much longer. Marky Mark's opening up the borders.
indeed.
Ha ha ha.
So yeah, this is the sequel to one of my favourite games on the last generation, the PlayStation 4 and 4 Pro. This is the I've been playing for about. Let me just check this. Not there. In there. Going to where do I go? Notebook.
Notebook, probably?
Statistics. I've been playing for just over 23 hours.
So are you in the actual open world yet, or
Yes.
still in the tutorial area?
Oh no, we'll and truly past the tutorial area, so I'll get into that in a moment. But so I've been playing for 23 hours. I'm level 19. You can see in the top right-hand corner, I've got 19 as my level. I've no idea if I'm... Normally I play these games incredibly slowly, so I suspect that I am like a lot of hour counting for not very far, progression-wise. The game, the story I progress, let's have a quick look at what it says. Game progression is 19% apparently, so whatever that means. Don't know if that's the full thing or just the story, I'm not so sure.
It means you finished 19% of the game. What do you reckon? Duh.
So yes, sort of a bit of a caveat. Yeah, I might be like really slow in this game, and I fully accept that. I just play games slowly anyway. But also, I'm just not going to go through any story stuff. Not going to do any missions or anything, obviously, because that's all story spoily stuff. But what I will do is just play through. We'll go find some of the new machines they've created, and I think we'll just explain. Nope, friend just came online. That playing what some of the new mechanics are and one of the things they've done for sort of their quality of life stuff they've done. Bit of another caveat, they may have done this in the last game and I've just completely forgot, or they may have done it in that Frozen Wilds
Yeah.
DLC maybe, that they've done some of this stuff, but this is, as far as I'm concerned, this is new to me, so I'm just going to point it out as being new, but it might not actually be technically new, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you running around before we started recording got me looking it up, got me looking Horizon up on Steam.
Oh, okay, yep.
It's sitting at full price. I'm not buying it yet.
Oh, yeah, no, do that. Yeah, so as I said, what I might be saying might have already been around for, in past games, but as far as I'm concerned, it's new to me. So, first of all, let's look at the maps. Exactly. So, let's look at the map. So, bring up the old map. We can zoom right out. That's as far as I can go. You start up here, in this little section up in here. The first big main area, sort of township you come across is this chain scrape. This one here, Barren Light, is where the west opens up. You complete the story mission around that location and all this opens up, and it's quite big.
So the west is no longer forbidden.
It goes all the way over here, and the very final...
Holy fuck.
So that's the whole area through there.
Okay.
It's not too bad, I think. I mean, as I said, this is 20 hours to essentially here, but you can see I've got a lot of...
I was going to say, that is some hell of icon buff on the map.
It's not too bad, really. Like, I've seen worse.
Yeah. Far Cry 6 was way worse.
Yeah. So the first tall neck is here. They're still in the game. You've got campfires. They're still in the game, and you can fast travel between any campfire you've unlocked, free. So I can go into my. I've got a. If I was a campfire, there's a campfire in this little township over here, but I won't go there yet. You can travel between any campfire free. If you want to travel like anywhere from any point, I can travel there, but it uses one of these fast travel packs. Which are relatively cheap to make, but in reality, you don't really need to use them because you can go pretty close. There's always going to be a campfire in one of the main cities, so there he is there.
Made it sound like Bioshock then. There's always a campfire, there's always a building.
And there's always a campfire where close to where you need to go, so it's not that hard to get around.
So when you said tall neck, you reminded me about the Lego tall neck.
Oh yeah, I'm going to definitely get that when it comes out for sure.
70 quid, 70 pounds.
Yeah, it sounds about right for a licensed product from Lego. Yeah, that's about right. Considering I paid way more for some stuff, that's actually cheap for Lego for me.
Have you got the Santiago Bernabeu?
Nope.
Okay. I should probably stop looking at the Lego website. There's a Spice Girls tribute. Sorry.
So they've got ruins, as it were, from the last game. They're back. They've got rebel highlight camps now that you can take down. They may have been in some of the later parts of the previous game. I can't quite remember.
I don't remember that.
Because you've now up until this area and through this first area, which is essentially the tutorial, that took me about 70 hours to get through. As I said,
How did it take that long?
I'm slow at playing games. I think we've established that in our various podcasts. I'm just not quick at playing games. But
you're not the only one to say that, though.
I did everything you can. I did everything side mission except for, you can see there's a couple of, there's one question mark there, but I did everything.
That would piss me off. I would have to go back to that.
I found every question mark I can. I did every story I could. So this is another thing I'll get to. These things here, this fire gleam. I'll get to that in a moment. Most people said to rip through the story in this. I didn't do it that way. I just did every side thing I could come up with. And also I'm more curious about what other monsters they've created. So,
wait, go back up to that thing. The top one. So does that mean you haven't been there yet?
Yeah. So it's an unknown one. There's another one there, unknown. So it knows what machine type is there. Yeah. But I've not discovered that environment, that area yet.
And I would be, again, that question mark and those unknown sites. I'll be like, well, doing this.
I know what they are, so it doesn't matter. I know what they are, so...
yeah, like I heard people say basically like Resident Evil Village length to get from that tutorial area out into the main world. Resident Evil Village is about that sort of 8 to 12 hours.
You could do it you probably do it in maybe 2 to 3 if you just mainlined the story stuff and did nothing else. But I did everything else that I could sort of wanted to do because I just wanted to get back into the world a bit more.
Yeah.
So, anyway, you start up in here and you eventually pass this mission here, then all this opens up. And I've just done a particular mission that is somewhere over here. Or there's a thing called the base. There it is there. This repair bay thing. And that kind of opens up this, what they refer to as the base. I'm not too sure if that means I'll be going back to it frequently. There it is there, the base. That's a major story thing, so I won't go anywhere near that while we're in this video.
They really thought hard about what to name that. The base.
So, and then that's when, from that point onwards, these 3 main quests, these 3 here, these Broken Sky, the Sea of Sands, and the Seeds of the Past, those 3 quests open up. And they're the next 3 that you can do in any order, apparently. But
obviously leveling would be
leveling would sort of dictate which one you probably should go for first. So I always went
unless you decide to say screw it and over level.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So that's where I'm at the moment in terms of the story. But so there's one other mechanism, a couple of mechanics they've done. There are new machines, so we'll go and find out some of those. They've added this these tools things. If I click on that, it says Fire Gleam. So Fire Gleam is it's basically a like a weed that's on the wall. And I needed a particular upgrade to my spear, the fancy spear or Aloy carries around to break it down and get past it. So we'll come back and do that. What's been behind them so far has just been collectible stuff, so nothing particularly major. Okay. But what they do have is, if I came up to here, see there it says blocked path, missing tool needed. So I've found a particular entrance to something, but I can't get past it because I haven't got the particular upgrade or whatever to it. So there's a couple of that around, like there's one there. I think
that's that rope caster or whatever. Not rope caster, that's not the right word.
No, I've already got the grappling hook. You get that quite early on.
What about the one that throws into a wall but pulls a wall down? Is that what you need for that?
Got that as well. Yep.
So, okay, so it's something else.
It's something else. So literally something else will get made on them in the story mission way down here. We'll unlock that for whatever reason.
So there is some sort of Metroidvania almost elements to it as an open world game too.
There's a little bit, yeah. I mean, obviously I don't know at what point I'll get that unlocked, but so what we might do is we might actually go back.
Knowing you, probably in about 30 hours time.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, exactly. And in fact, if I'd just gone to the second story when I would have got it anyway. So what I'll do is I might just fast travel around and we'll go and have a look at. There's a Fire Gleam one there. There's one there. So we'll go to look at.
Where was that question mark that was up that area?
So there's one that's it's just there. So we'll go to that. We'll do that as well to click you to go there as well, and then we might then jump back out to the main area. But yeah, so we'll do that. So I'll jump into here and we'll just go into. So this red stuff on the ground is known as the blight, and it's something to do because in the last I don't have much to say here. Basically, not everything from the first game is being completely sorted out and dealt with, and as a result of that, the world is still sort of breaking down a bit, and that's sort of a consequence of that.
I don't remember there being any blight in that first game.
No, there wasn't. That's a new sort of thing within this particular story.
The gunk.
But it is essentially that. Like, it's basically saying the world's broken down, and this is what you're seeing as a result of that. So as a part of that, we then. Wait a second. I need to get out of here. Where's my exit? There. So, as a result of that, that's part of the main sort of first part of the story. Is it talking about the blight? But then, after you get out of the tutorial section, it's hardly ever mentioned again, so it's a bit odd. So I'm not too sure what point it's going to be actually dealt with, but we'll see.
I will say, your friend that just came online, that is a great fucking name.
It is.
That is a fantastic name. So when you see them next, give them props for me.
Yep, will do.
That's fantastic.
Okay, so up here you can see, obviously I've marked it on the map there. One of the new things they've done in this particular, or new for me, as I said earlier, is if I just... You've still got the focus. If I hold down the right trigger, you get this pulse thing, but also now it highlights the handhold points you can do. These yellow...
My belief is that is new.
I'm pretty sure that is new. If I do a pulse thing, I can press it down once, I get the same thing. But also you can see there's one of those grapple point thing with that blue white circle there. So if I jump up, it'll prompt me to grapple to it, so like that, and then it just does that. So it's a.
I like I had to jump in the air for that to happen.
It's a pretty basic thing, but yeah, that's essentially what it is. In fact, I can't bother going up to that one because it's going to take too long. So what we'll do. Interesting enough, every time she jumps off something and lands with a big ginormous thud, it doesn't do any health damage to me at all yet. So I don't know if that's a perk I've got somewhere that I don't know about, but anyway.
What do you make of the thing that people have said where it's like the first game kind of got screwed because it came out in the wake of Breath of the Wild, and then this game's been screwed because it's come out in like about a week before Elden Ring. Is there any sort of...
For me, I have no interest in playing Elden Ring, much as that may surprise people. So to me, no, not really. But I can see where that logic, that concept sort of comes from. I can see that.
Because this is both Elden... Well, I haven't touched Elden Ring yet. I'm still waiting for the stuttering on PC to be sorted. But it's that, again, much like Breath of the Wild, that very, very free roam, not really marking the map much. Ooh, they look like deer.
So these are one of the normal ones. These are from the first game. These are charges. When you start this particular game, you can override these machines from the get-go.
Oh, sweet.
So I could override those and start using it. One of the new machines is this one up here that I'm looking at right there. He's a burrower.
Apex burrower.
So he's an ape. So there are multiple versions of these machines as well. So he'll pump up on his hind legs in a second and start sort of look like he's like scanning, but he's actually not. Like, it doesn't seem to make any difference. So he'll jump up in a moment. But let's have a look at the monsters. So in the monsters, you've got the same thing. You've got a notebook from the first game, and you've got all the various monsters I've discovered so far. I think I've done about half of the 30 odd around there is. Excuse me. Shield workers there from the first game.
They were fuckers.
Yeah, they are. Long legs from the first game. Fanghorn from the first game. Charges.
What's that one next to the Fanghorn?
That's a bristleback. That's new. Grazers are from the first game. Burrows is new. And they've got all these
different.
A lot of variants. I don't know how. I guess as I go further into story, I'll find them. Scrounger, I think they're from the first game as well. Leap Lasher, they're basically like kangaroos, essentially. They're really cool.
Sweet.
Scrappers from the first game.
Where's the annoying fuckers from the first game? Like the littler ones that like would just run and sort of jump out, kind of like kangaroos, but not. Yeah,
so they're not in the game anymore. They've been basically replaced by these burrowers.
Oh,
so
okay.
I can't remember what they were in the first. Like they were the sort of the low grunt ones, sort of thing. They just were everywhere. So they've not been handing to them yet. They've been replaced by this guy, in essence. But I can just sneak out here and do a silent strike. Take him down.
How are you finding her verbosity?
They made a patch in the most recent patch. Changed that actually, apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't find it too bad. It was a bit much on some parts, but they made a patch notes in the last update that basically said she now talks less, essentially. Same things before. You now loot the machines and get all the bits and pieces from them.
That's a lot of shit.
Yeah, you get an awful lot of stuff now. And you can see there it says, middle option there says sent to your stash. That middle one, the volatile sludge. That's actually, I think that's new. So if you've got a pouch limitation of what you can carry on you, but instead of when you get to that limitation of can't carry anymore, it picks it up and normally sends it to your stash.
I feel like the first game did that, but I can't really remember.
I don't think it did, and I'm not really sure if it did or not.
Well, you better move, because you're about to be fucked.
No. Now, where was that question mark you wanted me to go to? Oh, that's what I was going
Right there.
Right there.
You already marked it out.
Yeah, was I actually going the right way? Yes, I've got to go through that one. So.
I was going to say, you can literally see it on the screen.
Ooh. So as with the first game, if you take down the bigger, explosive components, they'll go down really quickly.
Biggie.
Yeah, so there are actually just live animals, like real, animals in the environment that you can take out, and that's what they are for upgrading your pouches.
So there's kind of a hunting element too.
Yeah, but not much. Like it's like if I do hold down this button here, there is. Oops, I made them angry.
Sure did. Well, guy's limping and you walk up and hit it. That's not very nice.
Nah, put it out of
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah, so as for this game, you kill any monster, any machine you kill, you go and loot it. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah.
I think that one over there forgot that you were there. He's just sort of walked off and just gone, fuck him.
Yeah, so some of these machines are actually a bit more docile than other ones, and they won't actually attack you per se. If you start attacking them, they'll just run away. So what's this icon? This icon is... it's fire gleam. Okay, cool. We'll do this while we're here. So if I hold down that, you can see behind it there's some stuff behind it. So if I just walk up to it, hold down the old right trigger, or R2, this thing blows up real big time, so I'm going to run away quickly, otherwise it'll actually hurt me. Alright, what do we got in here?
I like how she says to ignite it after you ignited it.
Yeah. So this is same thing as the first game. You've got all these data points you can scan and pick up.
Is there much more? Is there a lot of the old world sort of stuff, or is that sort of just because you've already seen all that in the last game?
There's a little bit of that, but not to the same extent as there was, because obviously that was sort of, as you sort of said, it's already been sort of done and covered a bit before. There are some new stuff that's in this one, but...
Do they try and make this out to be a part of old America? Or, like, for example, modern day America?
So there is actually... There's a bit of... there was reference to Las Vegas. In a
fucking hit tables.
In a story mission a little while ago. So they are trying to sort of set it in what would have been the previous... What would have been if it was, the Earth as it was.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're not really referencing...
They're not referencing like Seattle or California.
That's actually the first time in this game that they've referenced a real life, American city that would have been, up and running or around. When
they did make some reference to that.
Yeah,
in the original, but never.
But not so much in this one so far. The only one they've mentioned, as I said, they've only mentioned so far is Las Vegas. So I'm just picking up a whole bunch of health things. These are all so.
Ever the hunter-gatherer.
Yep, absolutely. So we've now got 202.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, so... more stuff. I'll also be picking up stuff, because they're the same thing. They're upgrade components, that sort of thing you need to upgrade your weapons and stuff. Alright, so now we're here. Let's go up to this, walk up to this campfire. And we'll just quick saving. And now let's go back out to the main main area. So where are we going to go to?
There's a question mark there. Well, there's a few question marks there.
There's got a few ones here. So let's try. I'm just going to try and find a couple of new machines if I can. Charger, no charger. Here we go. Go to there.
Go fuck with the kangaroos.
Didn't mean to do that. I didn't actually travel that. I just marked the. There we go.
Good one.
So they have also got these little, just isolated little settlements around the place as well. These little shelters, which are like campfires, but you can actually use your workbench there and get access to your sash. Okay, I won't go there actually, because I can travel there.
The workbenches, are you able to how much weapon crafting is there, or is it very set?
I'll show you right now.
I was going to say, is it sort of very meted out, very specific?
Yeah, it's like it's not like upgrades. So these are the bows and stuff I've got so far, and upgrade them. You just need whatever's the requirement for it. So this is the shock warrior bow. I haven't had this very long, and I've been meeting that screen shine fragment for a while now. So I'm going to upgrade this, and it just gives you better stats of it. And the main thing you get from it is weapon coils. They're you probably remember from the first game, the weaves you could pick up.
Nope.
Okay, so they're the things you can put into these slots, which are basically like buffs, basically.
Yeah, it's sort of like weapon perks or weapon upgrade slots and things like that, yeah.
Yeah, so they give you like extra percentage of increase of this, or, if it's an armor-based upgrade you're doing. So if I go outfits and I upgrade this guy, for example, you see it's got an empty
that one looks dope.
So it's got an empty slot there.
Yeah.
Onto the weave. So if I go back out to here, and not into there actually, into the inventory, and I go outfits, and I go that one, and we go edit weaves. I can choose to weave, and I've got these perks I can add it. So concentration, defense, plasma defense, whatever you want to do.
Once you put something in there, is it locked and you can't take it out and put it back in, or any re-slot it? Or
pretty sure you can take it out. So if I go,
because that silent strike one seems to be locked.
Yeah, but they're skills that are based on the.
Oh, okay.
But that's
the actual outfit itself.
On the outfit itself. So I think if I upgraded it, I'd probably get to that ability to do that one. So if I go in and put in.
Put the blue one in.
Blue one in.
Top one.
I'm actually trying to get something that gives me range. There's something.
See, I always put just the best rarity ones in there for the most part.
I'll do that one. So add that one. Okay, I've got already another one. Go that one. And you can unequip it just by pressing that. So it's really quick. It's pretty quick to swap and sweep between them. But if I
really like the look of that outfit.
Yeah, I must have only just got that one because I'm not really sure what's it got here. It's got some decent
infiltrator.
So what's it got? So it's adding skills to my silence. Okay, I'll go into the skills menu in a second. There's a lot to look in that skills section.
There's a lot to look in almost everything here.
Yeah, so I'm going to upgrade that one since I can. That's now level 1, so now that's and I can't do that because I need a sun wing shield caster, whatever that is.
Oh, wager! It's the shield caster from a sunwing.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's basically it. Like all you're doing is either upgrading weapons to a set point, using whatever requires it is, or just making these things, like making the traps and stuff. But you can also make them on the fly. Same with potions, same with pouch upgrades are probably where you would do this, because you can now... So that, for example, gives me more arrows for the regular hunter ones. I don't have rabbit hide, so I'm going to make a job out of that, which now it'll be something I'll be tracking.
Go back out. Sorry. Special gear. So
special gear is the things you get throw-based stuff. There's the pull caster. It's just it's not something I can craft it. I can't upgrade it. It's just what it is.
I like how it's just default legendary quality.
Yeah. And that's the fire gleam igniter thing that I had to do the fire gleam stuff. So I'm guessing one of those other two things that are blocking me from those other parts of the map will be unlocked here at some point. All right, let's go into skills. So back into skills, there are six sections.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this I think is a bit more elaborate than what it was in the first game. There were less skills.
Way more from memory.
There were definitely skills. You get skills given to you hand over fist. They're not hard to get. Every time you level up, you get 1 or 2. Most missions come with 2 or 3 as well, so it's not as if you're not going to be running short of them. I've got 4 left over. They're pretty much the same sort of setup, but what you end up doing is, if you unlock this one, and unlock this one and these three. This thing in the middle becomes unlocked, which is this Valor.
Yep.
This can also be upgraded as well. I've fully upgraded this one. And this is a stealth stalker, so I can actually go basically invisible. So you can activate a cloaking device based on the stalker technology to decrease visibility to enemies. Aiming weapon.
Do you actively activate that, or is it activated in a certain situation?
So if I go into my weapon wheel, you see up in the top right hand corner, it says Valor, Surge. R1 to activate, so you activate it when you need to. And you can only have one Valor equipped at one time.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So I've actually got multiple Valors unlocked because I've unlocked the. Actually, yeah, I think I've unlocked that one, which is a health-based one. So I get those gains there.
Ooh,
health regen every 2 seconds, sort of stuff. So you can unlock that if you need to.
That'd be fairly handy.
Yeah, Hunter, range master. So.
Yeah.
So just things that make it a bit easier to play some of the things. But as you can see, they go on for quite some time. There's another one down here to unlock. Then you come down here, and then you're obviously looking at you got to obviously learn the connected skill to do it. So there are some that are quite good, like you're getting passive bonuses and stuff like that. So, but yeah, like there are 6 sections. And what have we got? 31, 20, 29, 29, 27, 26. You can do the maths and figure out how many skills there are to unlock completely.
Off the top of my head, I can't. Not right now.
No, but as I said, there's a lot. There's like over 130 or something, I think, of the number ends up being something. So,
yeah.
So there's a lot there. This is the stash. So this is where you can open up your stash. So this is where your inventory is what I've got on board on me, of course. Stash gets automatically populated. And I can just press a button down the bottom right-hand corner, restock resources. That basically transfers anything that's in my other main inventory, just gets transferred out of it. So yeah, it's a pretty neat system because I think the last one had, if you ran out of space, that was it. You couldn't have any more.
I feel like I can't remember if there was.
Yeah, neither can I. But I don't believe it had it. And as I said, it might have been something that for Frozen Wilds added, but I'm not really sure. Where was we going? Oh, I'll go over here. Go to this unknown leap session site. So,
go fuck with a robot kangaroo.
So there are a couple of things in terms of the actual, the combat that a bit frustrating. So if I bring up the weapon wheel, we've got the hunter bow has 2 different types of ammo type. Acid and regular hunter, and they do a set limit damage. So you've got 28 and 60 is their sort of damage thing, whereas the the acid one is basically provides sort of damage over time to the enemy. You've got your frost blasting, that's basically frozen stuff. You've got shock tripcaster for shock stuff. That's the one where you do.
Man, I used to use the trapcaster like a motherfucker in the first game.
Same thing as that's from the first game. Oh, bugger.
Is that just because you fucked that up?
Yeah, I think so. And you've got shock arrows as well. But if you're in the middle of a bit of a fight, you can obviously you can change arrow. You can change enemy types, ammo types pretty much on the fly.
I don't think that big chicken's happy with you.
No, I think he's a bit upset.
Oh, that's a health kangaroo.
Yeah, exactly.
Hit the mark.
Ooh. Now that's some sort of pulse thing that's now disabled my focus, I think.
Yeah, fuck that kangaroo.
So what can be a bit frustrating is...
Hey, was that a rabbit back there?
Probably. Ah, damn it! I need to pick that thing up. That's the radar thing that can actually that's sending out that pulse. So I can't use my focus at the moment because of that thing.
Oh, okay.
Been made.
Yeah, I'm never much good with like bow and arrows unless it's pure stealth. I like that big 360 he does down a big stop.
Yeah. So there are a lot of things that now the machines do that they didn't. That's a scrapper or something. That's not a
robot wombat.
So the thing that they now do that they didn't do in the first game is they jump at you big time. They throw things at you and stuff like that. Oop, bad job.
I would like to have thought with their sort of retro-futurism sort of vibe they got, they would have some sort of automatic bow. Like an automatic crossbow or something.
Yeah, maybe it's something that comes later.
Maybe.
Oop, missed him. There he goes. So let's go pick up all this stuff before I... So there's something else over here. So I'm just going to my focus here. Where is he? So there's a red fox. There's a... Okay, bits of equipment. Alright, so this is something that's also new. You can see in the map here, in the middle here, we've got that thing pulsing out.
Distorted.
So that's now broken my focus again.
Isn't that just one of those radar pods?
It is. You can see this on the ground. These went left here by me defeating the enemy.
Oh.
They were just there by...
And that's a dick move. They put like fucking 10 of them there.
Yeah. Not sure he's lumping around. But I can actually shoot these. I can shoot some of them, I think. And they start to blow up.
You can search them too, can't you?
Yeah, you can pick them up. Because they are just something you can pick up. So I'll eventually go through them all and pick them all up. So what's this got to do?
I was going to say, keep going! But like, for the purposes of a video, probably not the most interesting thing to watch.
Where the hell is he fighting? Oh, he's on his own. I'll just go to here for a second. No, I can't use my focus, that's right. So I think these guys might actually be... That's me going...
Oh shit!
So they're quite aggressive now. Which I don't recall them ever being like this before, in the first game. Where they were literally...
Those little bastards used to do this again.
Yeah, but nothing like this. So the thing I do find frustrating is this crafting thing and then having to change on the fly. You've got to go into the weapon wheel to do it. I just think it's a bit unwieldy in the way that it does it. I think that could be better.
In the heat of the moment, it definitely would be.
Yeah, like you could, if it was just a like a left, like on the D-pad or something to change it, that would be better. But having to right R1 left trigger to choose the weapon you want or craft on the fly as you can, is can be a little bit fraught.
And this, like, seeing as you can just make arrows out of nowhere and like make it fairly quickly, the fact that it restricts you to 24 hours early is kind of shit. So
That's already been
shit's
upgraded
not-
once already. So I think it was 20 when I started. So it's already
Ugh.
been upgraded once. So
I was gonna say shit's not the right word for it, but it's yeah, it's just unwieldy.
yeah, it is.
Fuck that goat.
Sheep. Cool. Yeah, so it's got a lot of. I mean, I've been playing the Office 20 hours, so I really do like it. Ah, damn it! It's one of those things again. I've got to go pick that one up. Which one is it? Is it that one? No. There it is. Radar pad. Yeah,
So once you search them, does that deactivate them?
yeah, they become inactive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do the whole lot while I'm here.
Man, I would just be like spending so much time just going, alright, search all of these.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's why it took me so long to do the first part, because I think I was just looting absolutely everything that I was coming across.
Yeah, it's how I screwed myself in Far Cry 6.
Oh, okay. So with the notebook, if I was to go into, where is the Leap Lasher? Where is it? There it is there. No, that's not it. Where's the Leap Lasher?
Up top, second from the
there it is.
left.
There. So there's
Oh, there,
obviously
right.
there's 3 variants so far: acid, fire, and frost. But if I go into there, you can actually see what's the the body. So it's telling me it's weak to purge damage, but strong to shock. And if those highlighting the parts of the components that are more susceptible to damage. Chain reaction. If I hit that one with a acid one, triggers an elemental explosion if shot with acid damage. So that's what you want to do with it. You shoot one of those, and you'll get big time damage when it does it. So it's so you got to sort of know from machine to machine what they're sort of susceptible to, which can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes. But yeah, I mean as I said, it's a lot of it's the same from the first game, that's for sure. But I really enjoyed
You
the
about to have
first
something
game.
jump out of the bloody sand at you?
No, a lot of the little, like the animals wandering around make the noises like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's not it's they can be a bit
Still good.
They can be disconcerting sometimes when they come at, because you say, oh, is that a machine or just a whatever?
Mm.
Ah, damn it.
Aha. It's like, you haven't got me yet, dickhead. Part of me wants to play Horizon, but part of me just wants to boot up like Valhalla.
Yeah, so there's some more Leap Lashes. We won't go from there. So one thing I should actually mention is, so I'm obviously playing on the PlayStation 5. That's the only way to play this.
Or PlayStation 4.
Or PlayStation 4, but with the haptic feedback of the DualSense, it's really interestingly done. So if I'm walking through these weeds here, which does give you, normally if you crouch down, then you get you can be hidden, sort of thing, not seen, which is always a good video game mechanic. As I'm walking through this, I'm actually getting a little bit of resistance from the trigger and a little bit of vibration as I walk through it, to sort of imply that I'm walking through something that's not sort of just open ground. So they do have a lot of that stuff in the game where it's sitting in that immediate feedback via the controller. It's a little bit like, it's gimmicky for sure.
Oh, of course it is.
But it does add a bit to it when I do it, so it's not too bad. Alright, I think that'll probably wrap us up, I think. So, as I said,
Yes.
I'm about 20 hours into this, 22-ish. I've only just opened up the big 3 main missions that have probably been talked about, so...
See, the funny part is you're like 23 hours at the time of recording. By the time the video goes live, you might be sitting at like 40.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. If not more, because it's this video's not going to go up for a couple of. Oh,
What sort of shot was that?
it was a shit one. Is what it was.
It sure was.
Right, little
Throw a
bit.
bomb at it.
No, you want to actually. Got him.
Oh man, that thing sounded cute.
Yeah, it's a red fox.
That's a red fox. Fuck him. If it was a red panda,
No, well, I wouldn't be shooting a panda.
I would, if I had to.
Yeah, so let's have a quick... So you got main quests as well, and you got side quests, which have their own levels to them.
Why is that one on hold?
Because I need to progress more in the main story.
Aye.
So this character's not me I came across before, so something's got to be... I've got to probably go back and find her again to trigger the next part of it. Errands are just like mini versions of side ones.
Yeah.
Jobs are just to find particular things. So it says here, upgrade level 2 for that. If I highlight that one, it'll now highlight on the map where I can get those things. You can see up here, we've got... Over here is where we can get rabbit hole, which is a bit odd because I'm sure rabbits are elsewhere, but anyway.
Yeah, that's weird. I would have thought there'd be rabbits in that early part.
I would have thought so. I'm pretty sure I have seen them in there, so I'm not sure why it's highlighting them so far away. But you got salvage contracts there. I think they're new, so you'll unlock those when you meet. So the salvage people are... Where are they? There, salvage contractors.
Yep.
You'll come across them and they'll say, "Oh, I've got a piece of armor or something I can build, but I need these components for it," sort of thing. And they'll tell you, go to this location, and this location will have, walking through it at certain intervals, this particular machine type. Take them down and give me the something off it, kind of a contractor.
Yep.
You'll earn XP for it. You'll earn skill points for it as well. And then I think you can either buy the thing they make, or you just get given it. I can't quite remember what happened with that one. I did it a while back, so I can't quite remember. Which I think that's new. I don't think they had contracts in the first one. Maybe they did, as I said, I don't know. 100 grams, there from the first one. River Camps and Outposts, they're new. So they've got their own levels to them. And that's where you're actually fighting against humans. Although so in this game, actually I won't say that. There are other factions in this game. So they've got camps and rebel outposts. Relic ruins. That's where you can... That's sort of puzzle-based ones.
There's ruins where you find the relic.
Yeah, yep. And the last one, so you've still got, in this one, Tornex, as I was mentioning, still got cauldrons, although they seem to be a little bit different structured than what they were the first time, my memory of them anyway. I've done one as a part of a story mission, and it was a bit combat at the beginning of it, but a lot of it was platforming, a lot of platforming in it, which is, I thought, more than what I had remembered from the first game. So
yeah, I remember like those would be 2 or 3 choke point, like combat choke points.
Exactly. Yep.
And then you get like a override ability or something like that at the end of it.
Exactly. And then if it would be a big kind of a boss fight against a big machine, and when you beat it, you then override the same machine kind of thing.
Just beat it.
Sorry. So the different thing now is that once you've done those cauldrons, and you go back to the that base I pointed out earlier, that's where you craft the override. So that's where I think it is different.
Okay.
So you still beat the cauldron. So you have technically then got the ability to unlock it and do the override, but you've actually then got to go and get some components from those machines you then want to override. So it's a bit different structure in terms of that stuff. But I don't think it sounds like it's too bad at the moment. But so I'm just going to pick up all this stuff and then we will finish up. But so yet again, highlights the different level of gear you can get from each of these machines. You can also, not that I've seen any highlighted here at the moment, but there are... What's that? Noxious pad. So yeah, they've also got... I think they had this in the first game, but I think there's a lot more of them in this game. Just supply caches that are just literally littered everywhere around the map, and there's dozens of them and everywhere. So I don't think you're ever going to have a problem getting hold of materials to do upgrades in this game at all. They're just everywhere. As I said, I've got like over 200 medical stuff to heal myself. So if I see in the
sort of just
in the bottom right hand corner, I've got the 4-way icon thing. I've got 4 of 12 on my current inventory, like on me. If I hold up the D-pad, obviously consume one, but it's now taken 12 out of my inventory into my pouch.
Yep.
So now I've got, if I'm going to now go pick up another one, which I've got just coming up here, it'll go 10 or 12, like that. I've got 10 in my pouch. If I then go, where's another one? Typical, can't find one. Oop, there's one. So now I'll go 11 of 12. Then if I pick up another one, I go 12 or 12. And if I pick up a 13th one, it'll go into my inventory. Then when that gets full, it then goes into the stash.
Yeah.
We've all got stuff. There's already stuff in the stash already. So there's 12 and 12. So my pouch is full. But if I click on this, it's now got an inventory. So I've got 5 of my inventory. So I've now got 17 on me completely. But if I then go and complete out the what I've got in inventory capacity, it then goes into my stash. And the stash is where I've got like 200 of them, sort of thing. So I keep going through.
The stash bot.
So there's always... So I think it's just a good system because then you can just keep on picking up stuff. And not to worry about I can't carry that anymore, then it just gets ignored for again. So hopefully I'll be able to pick up a few more. Because these medicinal things are absolutely everywhere.
Which is probably a good thing in a lot
It's a
of
good
ways.
thing because, I mean, you're obviously going to need them, so it's not as if it's a bad thing. So that's what I want. So there's one more. So that's now 12 inventory. Now when I do this one, it says gone to stash. I've got
stash,
201 in my stash. So if I wanted to get them, back, I've either got to go and do what I just did then, repopulate it, or go find my stash and then repopulate
grab
from the
some
stash.
more out.
Yeah. So it's a pretty. I think it's a decent system actually.
It ends up being a good idea because it's that thing like, and a lot more open world games like this are doing that.
Yeah.
That can't be good.
So
yeah.
So at least
It's a good system, I think, and obviously you can upgrade your pouch capacity, which is all through, like you got your pouch capacities through here. Upgrade that, and then upgrade your inventory capacity before it needs to go ultimately into the stash.
Yeah.
Which, from my understanding, I assume is probably completely, infinite sort of thing in reality.
Yes.
But
My bad.
So yeah, I mean that will probably do us. As I said, I wasn't going to do any story stuff, but just wanted to show some of the new, what I thought was some of the new better stuff in it.
Raptors.
There are new machines in it.
Been
There are.
stripped apart.
So if I highlight the map here, we've got Thunder Doors. They're back.
course they are.
Widemore there. I think they're new.
I feel like that's new.
There are Leap Blashes we've talked about. There are charges from the previous game. I haven't come across... where are they in the map here? So Skydrifter, they're new. They're a new flying machine. There are things called Glinthawks. Clawthrust, I think, is new. I think.
That is, I believe so. Glinthawks aren't.
I think Glinthawks are from the first game.
Glinthawks, I remember being fuckers.
Yeah, they're still in this one. So Skydrifters are new. There is a new machine. I don't think I've actually found an unknown one yet. So Burrows are new, as I mentioned earlier. Bristlebacks, they're new. And Bristleback, I haven't got any other machines like I've got here, but this is probably another...
Yeah, the thing is, you look at the map later, and then go, oh, it's right fucking there. God damn it.
Yeah, so what's actually... Yes, I think... Scrapper, I think they're from the first game, I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember. Are the big alligator or crocodile ones there? Back?
No, but there are some new... That's what the Widemore is down there as well. That's sort of water-based. That's the other thing too, is I'm pretty sure if I remember the first game, if you went into water, they wouldn't get to you. But now they just jump into the water.
Ah, dirty bastards.
So that's surprising. When I'll just get into the water, escape from this guy, and then the thing next I know he's bloody jumping in with me. Oh, you bastard. Burrower's new. Bristlebacks are new. So in terms of the actual, let's go to here. Burrower's new. Scrounger, I think, is from the first game. What else is new? Blowhorn, they're new.
Yeah,
that's actually the first time unlocked in terms of the machine, the override. So I can override that one, but I haven't got the two things it needs to allow me to unlock it completely, so I've got to do that.
Ah, dick.
Skydrifter, Bristleback's new. Widemore's new. They're back from the first game. Glinthawk, Thunderjaw, as you just mentioned. Shell Snapper, they're new. They're real beasts. They're real beasts. They're bastards.
Big snapping turtles.
Yeah, basically, they're really cool. Slithering, you beat that in the opening sort of mission, but haven't come across one since. It's an absolute bastard.
Yeah, I was going to say, that looks like a fucker too.
And Clawstrider's new as well. So, as I said, I've got all those machines unlocked, but the amount of variations on some of them is just staggering. So, really surprised how long it takes me to find all these variants, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's probably just about enough to wrap it up. So, as I said, 20 hours in or so. Really liking it. and we'll basically keep playing this probably until this will be my main game until I finish it. I suspect I don't want to swap them back. I was thinking about going back and forth between this and Infinite, Halo Infinite, but once I got my teeth into this, I thought, no, I'll stick with this one until I finish this one. So, and the game looks phenomenal. Oh, actually, we'll do one thing. So, let's quickly look at settings, and we'll do the visual. So I've got it in performance mode.
Yep.
So if I turn it into favor resolution,
it'll be
watch that
4K 30 or something probably.
Look at that. You probably can't really tell, but this is really, really framey now. So
look, it's still running fine.
It runs fine, but you compare this to how smooth it is when you're on the other mode.
Which, like you said, with the way we're doing this, I'm not going to see.
You're not going to see that, but it is significantly better, smoother when you're running this, and I can't see anything really different in terms of how it visually looks. So, but I have seen, as you know, it's an open world game. I have seen open world jank, as you would expect. I've seen texture popping, as you would expect. So it's nothing. There's a machine going through water just there. So.
Oh yeah.
So they just walk through water. Like I'm pretty
He's
sure
having a bit of a play in the water.
Yeah.
Bit of a frolic, as it were.
Yeah. But yeah, it does. I mean, I think the game looks phenomenal. Especially when you get up to this sort of skyboxy stuff is brilliant. So yeah, that'll do us for now. So yeah, I'll report back in the podcast over the coming weeks as to how I progress through it. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Word. Bye.